Good morning, we are here with Designspeaking during Milan Design Week. I'm here at Roffiera Milano at the booth of Living Divani with Carola Bestetti. Carola, come stai?
I'm very good, thank you.
That's great. So Carola, tell me more about your company. I know you're from the second generation. How did it start and what is your position right now on the markets?
Living Divani is a family-run business that was founded in 1969 when my parents acquired an existing atelier. Within the years, of course, the collection has been developed from what was a little bit more classic looking towards what people see now, so much more design, and everything developed much more toward this design-oriented idea when Piero Lissoni came along and started being the art director and main designer of the company. That was in 1987, so it's over 25 years that we collaborate with Piero Lissoni.
Well, that's great. And really, I mean, I can see that it's really not traditional. It's a bit of traditional, but with like a future style, right?
Yeah, the idea of Living Divani is that, of course, we're a design-oriented company, but we know that you need to put a soul within the product that you produce. So we're surely design, but we accommodate the pieces even towards what the market request is, even though we are very coherent with ourselves, so we don't follow the trend like at 100%. We try to mix what is our soul with what the market perceives and wants. So this is the idea of Living Divani and what we would like people to understand, that we're a small company, that we are positioned at the same level as bigger company within the sector and the segment of design, but we still carry the typical traditions of family-run business and the hand craftsmanship of the single details of all the pieces.
And you're based where in Italy?
Anzano del Parco in the Como province is about 13 kilometers from Como and about 40 kilometers out of Milan. It's the Brianza area, the cluster of design. Like in 10 square kilometers, you find pretty much all the design companies.
That's definitely true. I'm always there. So tell me more about, I mean, this year. I know you're really into scouting. So what did you find out? How did you start some new collaborations?
Yeah, I take personally care of the scouting of new designers, and this year we are presenting different pieces of new designer, emerging one, specifically Kashkash Design, which I found last year at Salone Satellite. For the first time, I didn't know them, and I saw the project, and I loved it, and it's now on the stand and industrialized. It's the FIU desk. We're presenting two new pieces with Misto, which is the couple, one from Milan, the other one from Tokyo. One is a console, which represent like a graphic sign. It's like a black monolith that recalls the Japanese writing, and then a carpet collection that we're presenting with them, which is always inspired by traditional Japanese fabric. Then we have a lot of new pieces with David Lopez Quincoches. Is a
I think I've been interviewing him 2 years ago.
That could be. I think that David is one of the favorite designers among the young generation because he has a very neat way of designing that is very in line with us, and it's a very good architect and designer. And this is pretty much it as far as the new collaboration. So 3 new names all together for the news, and then the other product, so the core, which is the upholstery, is always signed by Piero Lissoni, of course.
That's great. Last question. What about the market? I mean, are you? I suppose a big part of your market is here in Italy. And what about the other countries or other continents?
Actually, Living Divani export over 90% of the production. So we're a very internationalized company, and we've always been since the beginning. Italy is always the main market in a way, because when you're based in Italy, of course, it's important to have a reference within your own country, even though the market situation is not really helping in Italy. So the main countries for us, the main country last year was North America as a market, and it's been growing a lot, taking over Germany, which has always been the first export market for Living Divani. So of course, if I would take Europe as a whole, would be the main market for Living Divani, as other markets are still a little bit young, and so they do not perceive properly yet the design product, if you want. But well,
I'm sure it's gonna change in a few years.
I hope so.
Well, that's great. Thank you very much, Carola, for your explanation, and maybe I'll see you next time.
I hope so, and enjoy the rest of the fair.
Thanks. Thank you from Designspeaking.